This Business Newsmakers is brought to you by Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union. There's a reason people live here. There's a reason people bank here.
One, two, three. There you go.
Well, congratulations, man. This is an exciting day.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm really thrilled.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of great people here, a lot of big events for you to finally be here in downtown Goshen with your new place.
You know, it's funny. We've never done it. We've had our office we've had 3 offices in Goshen over the years. We left Goshen, we came back. That's why we did a ribbon cutting. But we never did a ribbon cutting before. And this was awesome. It was really, Orange County Chamber did a great job. It was great seeing the pouring of love that happened here. I'm really thrilled about it.
Well, you know, what's exciting is you see a ribbon cutting like this, and you see kind of what's happening that day, but all the stuff that happened before this. And you know, what I like to do is give us a little bit of history of kind of what got you here. How did you first get involved in this? Because I know you were on the other side of the camera at one point, and you were doing other things, and now you're kind of doing something different. So give us a little bit about your history.
Well, that's 1,000 years ago, but thanks for bringing that up. I started as an actor as a kid. And I was a stage actor, and when they wanted me to go on camera, I had an agent that said, "Hey, we want to put you in a soap opera. We want you to audition for," remember the old Star Search back then, and I was doing all that kind of stuff. I hated it. The camera was in my face. Just so you know, I can't stand this, for the record, and I really don't like the camera at me. The lights, the fact that we have to be a little bit closer than normal. It broke my fourth wall as a thespian in my industry. So I hated it, but I love what was going on back there. And I was 21 years old, and I was dating a girl who was in the advertising industry, and I said, "Hey, I could do that." And she's like, "No, you can't." And it may have been, you know, this sadomasochistic kind of thing, because she was a project manager. She goes, "I'll make you a PA." And I was literally the bottom of the food chain, the low of the low, working the longest hours, making the least money, shoveling poop behind the elephant, you know, in the Ringling Brothers commercials. Yes, I've actually done it. And I learned my industry step by step. And I came up on the creative side for the first half of my career. I never left, never looked back. And I stayed in advertising. I made the pretty pictures, TV, radio, and print. Eventually that web thing came along. Yes, I'm that old as well. And then I crossed over to the agency side. And I was at Zentropy Partners, which was a division of McCann Erickson. Then I was at McCann Erickson, and then I went to I produced the Paralympics in 2000 in Australia. And then the chronology of events, the .com crash, we let some people go, and then 9/11 happened, and my office was 3 blocks from the Trade Center, and we let everybody go. And I was like, I built my home up here in Campbell Hall, New York, not far from my office, and I went, now what? And all of a sudden, I was an entrepreneur. And I always worked for myself coming up. I was always independent. Like I was only on staff once when I was at a company called Big Picture as their executive producer. But usually I was independent, so I was used to it. But I never had the responsibilities of running a business, hiring and firing, health insurance, all the business side of this. I just know what I know how to do, you know, and that's my strength. And I was good at bringing teams of people together. So as I grew my team, it was incredible. But we've had our hiccups, major hiccups. MediaVision is now 14 years, almost 14 years in business. We had a great first half of our opening. Like the first few years were incredible. The recession creamed us a little bit in '08. It was a really difficult couple of years. We had the choice of, well, let's go away, and you know, we're not going to do this anymore. But I'm not that kind of person, and as a team we said, nope, we can do this, and we buckled up. We definitely tightened things up a little bit, less staff. We've paid off all our bills with the exception of one. We're almost done, and this is a sign. What's exciting to me about this today is that it's a sign of where things are going again. Like we're coming back out of it. So now we're back where we were on track for our business plan before the recession happened.
Well, you know, when you become an entrepreneur, you don't know the road that's in front of you, and you're trying to discover things. You go through a lot of experiences. What makes you better 14 years later is what you've gone through. So just kind of touch on that for a second, not just as an ad agency, but maybe it's part of that, but also as an entrepreneur. What makes you better today than you were in 2007?
Ooh, that's a really good question. The smartest thing I have probably done in the last 14 years is surround myself with people that know more than I do. not just my staff, but my CPA, our attorney, our consultant, the people that, and my friends, my think tank, my brain trust of people that I consider friends, that I trust their opinion, that I'll actually listen to them objectively because they're looking at me from outside in. I invaluably appreciate that, and it helps me to make a lot of decisions that I'm really not comfortable making myself as a business owner. That's probably the biggest thing that I'll take out of these last 14 years. The next thing is probably making better financial decisions. We're much more conservative now how we're growing again. We're being very careful with the people that we're hiring and salary negotiations and stuff like that. So the next person that we bring in, it's going to be a team effort of how, and the CPA is going to be involved with, are we okay to make that? Like we probably have like a 6-month war chest put away now, and we want to keep that. So I want to be able to maintain that balance for when another catastrophe happens in our country, and advertising and marketing is the first thing to get cut.
Well, I mean, here's the reality. When a business goes through a hard time, comes back, it usually makes itself better than it was before because of all those things. So Media Vision today, what's made Media Vision better? And what I mean by that is, if you had to pick out one thing that you're saying, this is what makes Media Vision different, this is our driving force, our mission, this is our core value that we go forward, what is that one thing that you think makes your company different than other agencies that are out there?
It's going to sound funny, but our integrity. Okay. It's in my industry, I've seen a lot of gray over the years. Even in local and regional markets, there's a lot of gray that can happen in this world. We are very black and white. And it's been a slower climb for us because it takes us longer to get there. But we're tried and true. I have more longer standing relationships with clients because of it. My competitors have bigger turnover and attrition rate because of decisions that they may be making. That's by far probably the number one thing. As far as our capabilities, probably the best thing that we're doing right now is the native marketing that we do, our content. The content we write for our clients is our biggest success stories for them because that's where they're seeing their biggest return.
So let me ask you a question. If I went to a number of your clients or people that know you in the area and I said, if you had to pick one word to describe Media Vision or James the way he runs his company, what would that one word be? What do you think they'd say?
I would hope it would be the word integrity.
Well, and the reason I asked that question, the key thing that everybody was talking about was that they care. They care about their clients. They care about the way they work with people. They have a great caringness about them, and they keep saying James does. So I think that kind of seems very congruent with your integrity and what you're saying, yes?
Yeah, I'd agree with that, yes. It ties in hand. We're also very hands-on. Like, it's not like I'm a hands-off kind of a CEO of our company. Because I'm the strategist, I'm with the client a lot. And I give them a lot of face time. I've had clients even say that, gosh, do you have any other clients? And that's probably the biggest compliment we ever get, because it's hard to spread ourselves that thin, but it's important because that's why they're paying us. They need that one-on-one time. I can tell you the details about any one of our clients. I understand them inside out. We're almost like an extension of them. We become like their marketing department that's just down the hall. So it becomes that kind of relationship. And the more congruent I can do that with a client, the better our relationship is with them.
And I think you've said the key word there, and I think that's, if you know it or not, I can tell you that I think from the outside, one of the reasons you're being so successful is you said the word relationship. And I think you have a relational way about you in your company, not a transactional way. It's not about turning the dollars over. Right. It's about building the relationship, being there, finding out what they really need, and then having, besides relational, going for what are the results that we're getting for them.
Right.
So to me, we're very excited to be here. We're so glad we could share this with you today, and all the years of success now have added up to this in a new location, a whole new opening and beginning for you. And thank you so much. Congratulations for being here.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Everybody, that's today's Business Newsmakers with James Danella here at Media Vision Advertising, and we'll see you next week.